Money with Mari. I'm your mentor, Mari, and this is Forex 101. Understanding what kind of trader you are plays a big role in what time frame you choose to study most. However, the issue with most traders is that they pick one time frame to study and completely forget about the bigger picture. It is important to conduct top-down analysis and find time frame confluence when trading. Top-down analysis is when an investor starts on the higher time frame to identify the overall trend and then goes down to the lower time frames to confirm position and entry. Confluence is when price action on the lower time frames is in harmony with the trend on the larger time frames. Let's take a look at some examples where the market showed time frame confluence. All right, so now I'm going to be breaking down time frame confluence to you guys. And all that time frame confluence means is that what's going on the higher time frames is also going on the lower time frames. When you have time frame confluence, you guys, that is when you're going to find the best trades within the market. If you see that price is uptrending on the daily time frame, but it's downtrending on the lower time frames, that is not a good time to get into the trade. You want to get into a trade when everything is lining up on each time frame. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what I mean. So I'm going to pinpoint this area in the market here where our yellow moving average actually crossed below our white moving average. Then I'm going to point out over here where this trend ended, right? This is where our yellow moving average actually crossed back above our white moving average. So as you guys can see here on our daily time frame, we had everything lining up, right? We had our yellow moving average cross below our white moving average. We had a flat top candle. We also had our yellow MACD crossing below our white signal line. And then down here, you guys can see where price actually started to pick up some momentum here on the DMI. So actually, I'm going to move this pink line over one candle where everything completely lined up. We had the yellow MA cross below the white MA. We had another flat top candle. We officially had our yellow MACD cross below our white signal line. We had a red volume bar here on the histogram. We also had our red line cross above our green line here on the DMI, letting us know that sellers were in control. And then if you take a look at our ADX, it was up at 37, letting us know that momentum was starting to enter the market. So now let's actually pan down to the smaller time frames and see if it was doing the same thing. So let's go from the daily down to the 4 hour. We're going to find our example, which is all the way over here. And boom, let's take a look at these indicators, you guys. They were actually doing the same exact thing as what was going on the daily time frame. They just were doing it sooner. So that's one thing you guys should know as well. What happens on the larger time frames happens first on the smaller time frames. So same as our daily time frame, you can see we had our yellow moving average cross below our white moving average. We had consecutive flat top candles. Then we had our yellow MACD line crossing below our white signal line. We also had an increasing staircase here on our MACD histogram. And then down here on the DMI, again, we had our red above our green, letting us know that sellers were in control. And our ADX was all the way up at 52. So now let's go down to the hourly time frame. If we take a look at this same example on the hourly time frame, all the way back here, we can see that price was doing the same thing, right? So we had our yellow moving average crossing below our white moving average. We had our yellow MACD crossing below our white signal line. We also had some momentum picking up here on the histogram. It picked up even more over here. And then if we look at our DMI, we had the red above the green, and our ADX was all the way up at 83. Let's take it even further, you guys. Let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. If we go down to our 30-minute time frame, let's see if it was doing the same thing, just like every other time frame we've looked at so far. And as you guys can see, yes, it was. It was doing the exact same thing, you guys. We had our yellow moving average below our white moving average. We had our yellow MACD line crossing below our white signal line. We had momentum picking up here on our MACD histogram. Really, it started over here. This is where things really started to pick up. And then if we take a look at our DMI, we have the same scenario, you guys. We have our red above our green in each of these instances, right? And then we have our ADX all the way up above 80, letting us know that this was a high volatility trade within the market. Not only was it high volatility, but it was also high accuracy because we had the same thing going on every single time frame. So whenever you guys can see time frame confluence within the market, that is just yet another confirmation that you can expect the market to go your way. If you see the market is selling from the 30 minutes all the way up to the daily time frame, you know you want to look for sells. If you see that the 30-minute is selling, the hour is selling, the 4-hour is selling, but the daily is buying, you might want to wait for the daily to also transition into a sell and then take a sell position on that trade. If you don't see time frame confluence, just think of it as confusion within the market, right? And if the market is confused, can you imagine what the traders are, what the investors are? We're going to be confused as well, because if the market doesn't know what it's doing, how the heck can we know what it's doing, right? So when you guys are placing trades, it's very important to take a look at each time frame. Make sure you guys conduct your up-down analysis, meaning you start on the higher time frame and scale down to the smaller time frames in order to really determine what the market is going to do. So as you guys can see, time frame confluence is a very easy concept that can actually take your trading to the next level if you actually make use of it and apply it to your trading. If you guys have any questions regarding time frame confluence, you know where to reach me. But until then, I'll see you in the next class. If you have any questions or remarks, please join my discussion board and make them known. Feel free to follow me on social media and leave this emoji under a recent post for a follow back. Thanks again for tuning in to Money with Mari, and I'll see you on the next episode of Forex 101.